All right, everyone, it is 12:02, so I want to go ahead and get started with the Parks and Recreation Commission meeting. I want to welcome everyone here, and we'll start with the roll call.
Chairman Quentin Whiteside,
Here.
Vice Chairperson Shamia Woods,
Here.
Commissioner Sam Ellis, Commissioner Cannon Fletcher,
Present.
Commissioner Summer Campbell,
Here.
Commissioner Amber Tigan,
Here.
Commissioner Nolan Hughes.
Here.
You have 6 commissioners present. You have a quorum.
Great. And has everybody had a chance to look at the April minutes? I had a question about them on if we go to the minutes on approval of the minutes. I guess that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It says that motion to approve February minutes, but I think we approved, wouldn't that have been March's minutes?
My apologies. What was your question?
Oh, if we look at the minutes, page 1, on like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 paragraphs down, it says Chairman Whiteside asked for a motion to approve February's minutes. Would that be March? That could be.
Yes,
Okay, can we make that change?
make that.
All right, has anybody else had a chance to review the minutes? Any other revisions that anybody has to review them regarding the minutes? All right, I move to, does anybody make a motion to approve the minutes as amended?
Yeah,
Is that right? Would you amend them? Okay, any motion to do that?
I move that we approve the April 8th, 2026 amended minutes with the change from February 26 to March 26.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any opposed? All right, hearing none, the meeting minutes from April pass. Next, you should have in your packet here an approval of March 2026 retreat minutes. Has everybody had a chance to review those? If you hadn't, you take a minute to look at those. Everyone's had a chance to look at those. Do I have a motion to approve the retreat minutes?
I move that we approve the 2026 retreat minutes as presented.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Anyone opposed? All right, hearing none, the motion passes and the minutes are approved. All right, now it's for the agenda for citizen communication. Is there any citizen communication out there today? Great. If you want to come up to the podium, and we have 5 minutes, if that's okay with you.
I think it won't take that long.
Okay, well, I'm going to make a little calendar thing or I'll forget. So I'll let you know when 5 minutes is up.
How are you?
Hey, how are y'all? Thank you for having me here. My name is Bob Hinn. I have been a golf course superintendent for the past 40 years in Central Arkansas. And as a matter of fact, I worked at the First Tee from 2003 to 2015 as a golf course superintendent. And it was one of the best jobs I ever had. But while I was there, I developed a game called kick golf. I have a passion for both golf and soccer, so I combined the two, and I started playing this game where you kick a soccer ball on a golf course. And the First Tee has the honors course, which is, they call it a par 3 course, but it's really a chip and putt course. The holes average 50 to 75 yards. So I started playing there and just kicking the ball until it hit the flag and scoring it pretty much like we do with golf. And it turned out to be a lot of fun. I started bringing my family out to do it, and as a matter of fact, I started a league out there and had quite a few people coming out and playing. And it's just so much different than golf. And I do play golf. And it's so much different because you're not encumbered with, equipment and, lessons and expenses. It's just soccer ball and then a group of people just walking around kicking a ball. It's really a lot of fun. And so what I'm trying to do, of course, I've been looking at the property at War Memorial for years. I used to play golf there, and I knew the people that ran that place, JP and some of the other people. And what I would like to do is maybe design a golf course or a kid golf course on about 10 acres there along Markham on War Memorial. And I've passed out my proposal, and it's got some numbers and some figures there as far as the cost is very minimal. You're really only mowing some lanes where people are kicking the ball, and the maintenance, I mean, they're already mowing it. I was out there yesterday and it's been mowed and looks pretty good. And we would, definitely mow those lanes a little shorter and make it a little better. But eventually, I think, with the visibility of that, as many people as drive through Markham, I think we could get a lot of people, and especially kids, seniors. I mean, anybody that can walk, it's a great exercise. We used to play around that 9-hole course 3 times in 2 hours, and it's about a mile walk, and that's about 3 miles that we walked around there, and it was great exercise. My daughter played with us when she was pregnant, and then after she had her baby, she would bring the baby with my grandson in a baby carriage out there to play with us, which is something you never see on a golf course. You can't have anything like that. The beauty of this is you can have other activities going on while people are playing. They could have picnics or frisbee or walk their dog. Again, things that aren't allowed on golf courses. So, what I'd like to do is get permission, from the commission to continue my work out there and improve the facility and have it to where, any citizen that wants to come out and play are more than welcome to, join in. But I've been working on this project for almost 20 years. I've got a Facebook page for Kick Golf. If you look at YouTube under Rockhin, Rockhin, there's actually some videos. There's a professional video I had made about 20 years ago that shows a bunch of kids playing, and it's just a lot of fun. And I think we could, get something going for. I know, money's tight with the city, and I understand about budgets because I've worked with $500,000 budgets maintaining golf courses, and we're not talking about anything like that. So we basically just need to have something, to mow it with, and, a few supplies, some tee markers and some flags to play to, which are really fairly cheap. So I guess that's about it. If there's any questions or comments.
Great. Does anybody have any questions?
I got a ton of questions.
All right, good. I got a ton of answers.
Is your league actively playing at First Tee, or do you have a current league or
No, I haven't been at the First Tee since 2015. So no, I'm not involved with the First Tee anymore.
So this is not active as of today?
No.
Okay.
No, we did use it while I was at the First Tee. We incorporated Hispanic kids come out. I met this gentleman that was a volunteer, and he knew this woman that ran an after school for kids, and he was worried about these kids that get to be teenagers, and it's dangerous for Hispanics because of the drugs and the crime and the gangs and stuff. So we started bringing these Hispanic kids over to the First Tee and running them through the First Tee program, and I'm fluent in Spanish, so I came out and helped them teach some of the kids, and it was a lot of fun for them and me.
Right. You have any more questions, Nolan?
No.
That was just one question. You said you had a ton of questions.
He did too.
Follow-up questions based on the first answer.
First Tee, that's a great place, and I'm hoping, and I've talked to Leland about it, to maybe incorporate something like that at War Memorial. Maybe bring some of the teachings, with Monica out there, and maybe bring some of the classroom type thing into where they're teaching kids the values, because that is the goal of the First Tee, to teach kids life values.
Amber, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
Thank you for the work you're doing, first of all. And my question is, this might be a silly question, but what do you kick the ball into?
We don't. There's a game called foot golf where they play a big hole, But this game is a little different. We don't play to a hole. It's just a flag. Right now, I brought it out yesterday. We're using a corner flag. If anybody's familiar with soccer, they got the corner flags. And that's basically all we use. You just play until you hit that flag.
Okay.
And then it's just, it's just counted like golf, how many times you kick it. And you'd be amazed how many hole-in-ones we had while we played at the first tee. I bet I had at least a dozen while I was there. I've only had one in the 40 years I've been playing golf. But I
Well,
had
it's
at
not a
least a
hole
dozen
in one. It's a
I'm sorry?
flag in one. You don't have a hole.
No.
A pole in one.
So why play this game versus the foot golf that already exists as a thing, I guess?
The main difference between kickoff and foot golf is, and foot golf started after, they had a brilliant idea because they incorporated their foot golf course onto regular golf courses. Their idea was we can, put a hole over here in the rough on a par four, say, and then and put 2 or 3 kickoff holes or foot golf holes on one hole, and then play golf and foot golf at the same time, which was really kind of a unique idea because it brings another source of revenue for golf courses, and golf courses are needing, source of revenue. You know how many golf courses have closed in the past few years around here? War Memorial, Heineman. I mean, I've worked at 2 or 3 that have closed. Plantation. But the main difference is they're playing. Foot golf has par fours and par fives, and they lengthen the hole. Kickoff only has par threes. Every hole can be reached in one shot. So they're really very short holes, 50 yards, 75 yards. And then you'd have different tees depending on the level that you're playing. If you're a good player, you'd play from a little further back. If you're a child or an elderly person, you'd play a little further up.
All right, thank you. Amber, do you have any more questions?
Yeah, thanks. I was curious too because I know the disc golf course is going in there.
It's not in the same area. The disc golf thing, I'm familiar with the design and where they're putting it. As a matter of fact, they put up 9 of the baskets already, is what Mike told me yesterday. So it's in a completely different area than where this kickoff thing I'm looking to put it in. So, but even still, they could put their baskets up and play in the same place. It's not exclusive,
Any additional questions?
I think my only question would be, you said the majority of the work would be done by you. Could you give us quick examples of where you would need city assets to help?
Well, the city assets would be, borrowing equipment, that whole area hasn't been treated for weeds, and I know that's a touchy subject. But I've been doing this for 40 years and, borrowing equipment like from, Jay at Resman is a good friend of mine, the superintendent there. And I could, borrow a sprayer if I needed to treat weeds. But the equipment, you're looking at right now, I'm just looking at mowing it with a little riding mower. But eventually, I'd like to see not the whole 10 acres, but the lanes that we're, mowing with something a little nicer, and maybe mow it and finally get it to a point to where it's like a golf fairway or a golf tee box, where the turf is well maintained. But it's only about 1 or 2 acres out of that 10 acres that we'll be, maintaining at more of a higher level.
Okay.
Any additional questions? All right, well, thank you, Mr. Hand. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you for your time.
All right, any other citizens out there that would like to communicate? All right, going next, we have the director's report.
Hey, good afternoon. Just wanted to go through a few of the board items. If there's not any questions on the staff reports first, or if there are any, we can address those. Cannon?
The pool roof, we talked about it last time. I just don't remember off the top of my head, and it wasn't in here. How is it done by the start of June, or when was? It's not done by Memorial Day, right? Like it's gonna go a little bit further, or?
Yes, it's going to go much further than that.
That's fine. Because it just said like work, and it's actual replacement of the whole roof, right?
Right. So we're not actually just replacing the shingles. We're tearing the whole roof off the building all the way down to the existing beam structure, and then building all that back. So it's a roughly $750,000 project of replacement. They just shut it down, and they're starting to, my understanding is draining the pool and getting it prepared for, removal.
Okay. Is the timeline, it's going to be down most of the summer, but
Yes.
they're going to be able to go outside for morning swim and all that kind of stuff?
So
Hopefully.
the outdoor pool has been open because of this early. And so it's operational now. It will
Okay.
be open all summer. The idea for the scheduling is so that as the indoor pool is shut down for repairs for the roof or new roof,
Right.
the outdoor is open and then we'll get it all buttoned up before the weather comes in for this, fall or winter weather. So.
Okay.
Weather plays a little factor into that project too.
Sure.
Any other additional questions for Leland regarding the staff reports? All right, hearing none. Leland, you want to go into your,
Yeah, sure. I'll just go quickly through. I actually listed out the agenda meetings by date. So the first one would be the April 21st. We've just had several things, so got a little bit more organized on the dates here. So and I can go into detail on each project, but I'm going to keep it high level unless there's questions. So Resmond Tennis was included in April 21st, and that's resurfacing all the courts. That's for the Little Rock Open, and we've discussed that at length, and I think we're going to discuss that a little bit more. We're also working with Public Works. Public Works brought together they do some of our building services projects, and so they brought some funds together end of last year and to replace some HVAC units at Jim Daly and Dunbar. And then on the May 5th meeting, we brought together some new maintenance contracts. So our existing maintenance contracts of roughly 30 parks, about half of our park locations expired after 3 years. So we've rebid all that. Two of the zones, we have 3 zones, which is a combination of different areas. 2 of them were approved during that process. And so we're moving forward with those. The successful low bid was ZMD Contractors, who we've worked with before. We also got approval for an application to the River Mountain boat launch. We're making some improvements there. And so that approval was to apply for an application to a grant for a motorized trail grant. And so that's an interesting project, and we'll be applying for a grant for funds there. And then as of recent, on May 12th, yesterday, we had some more funds for Jim Daly locker room HVAC. There's a specialty unit on that facility or that locker room, and we're replacing that. We're also brought to the board some fitness equipment for the senior facility. That was about $75,000 worth of fitness equipment for the new fitness room for the new senior facility. That is, I'd say about 70 or 80% under construction complete. And then the last thing was we have taken to the board the Interstate Park new sport lights for fields 4, 5, and 6. And that's utilizing some TCD funds, which is another interesting area.
what does TCD stand for?
All right. Targeted Community Development. The city board put together, I believe it's Ward 1, 2, 6, and 7. 5 might be in there actually. Anyway, they allocated, I believe it was $5 million over a period of time for those targeted areas for targeted projects. And each of the ward directors, if I have this right, determine what they want to spend their funds on. And so Director Miller said, what's wrong with the lights at Interstate Park? We get a lot of complaints. And I said, well, they're the original lights from, 50 years ago. And Daryl here is saying, he's excited about getting some new lights. He's operating that complex. But anyway, so we're able to replace 3 out of the 6 field lights there, which is really exciting and really needed. So if there's no other questions, I do have just a few other quick updates I'd like to talk about. We've been making a lot of headway. It has been a goal of ours to replace a lot of playgrounds that have been outdated in our park system. Just a few current highlights. Southside will be coming along soon. I know that group down there is excited to see a new playground there. Alsip Park is currently underway and will be completed next week, is my understanding. Murray Park has had a major renovation and that's almost completed. Riverfront has had a major update as well. We do have some plans to do some more safety surfacing updates down there. And then Reservoir Park is coming along greatly too. We've used a lot of bond money for that. And so we just feel like that's one of the staples of a lot of our parks. Another highlight is the Hyman Master Plan. We completed a master plan last year. We've been working with the Hyman Neighborhood Association on what do they want to see out there. And so we're putting together a package of improvements out there, and that continues. Memorial Day is coming up soon. All of our splash pads will be opening soon. So that's a big highlight for us. That's 4 splash pads in the city that are open to the citizens from, Graham, correct me, is it 10 in the morning to 9 at night?
8 p.m.
8. Okay, so we're working on our time frame to try to really focus on exactly when, because they do cost us some money to operate those from the water. We also have the Little Rock Open at the Resident Tennis, May 24th through the 31st. And there's a sculpture event tonight at the Finley Vinson Plaza, which is the new plaza that Little Rock CVB just completed Monday in front of the DoubleTree. That sculpture event is for us to select a new sculpture for the Little Rock Parks and Rec Department. That's through the River Market Sculpture Committee. We're very thankful for all their work and all their sculptures that they've donated to the city over many, many years. So,
What time is that, Leland?
that's from 5 to 7.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all very much. That's just kind of the highlights. I don't know if, Graham, you have any other events that you might want to mention?
A few others. There is Dancing at Dusk at Riverfront Park. The Southwest Steppers, it's a senior group. They come out and do that. It's May 21st and June 18th at 6 p.m. It's open to the public. Anyone can join in and dance with them. And then there is also the big trail run that's put on by Fleet Feet at War Memorial Park. They've done that for a few years now. It's going to be June 3rd at 6:30 p.m. And that is benefiting Little Rock Parks and Rec. Then there's also, Leland mentioned the Little Rock Open, and the Park Summer Day Camp registration, which Daryl will talk about, is now open. So that's a big thing. A lot of parents trying to get their kids registered right now. So that's all I have. Any questions?
Yes, I have a few. On the splash pads, is that on the website somewhere?
Yes, it is. And we're going to, we posted about it once already, and we'll make another post on social media, but it's on the website as well.
So the only suggestion I have on that is that it sounds like it's always open from like Memorial Day to Labor Day or something like that. Is that right?
It's the Friday before Memorial Day, and then they close on Labor Day.
Okay, so that's Justin saying yes. Okay, and so I guess my thought on that on the website, because like people were texting me like, well, Quentin, what's going on with the splash pads? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, what? So I think it's just a yearly. It's on the website. It's just like a year. Like last year in 2025, it said this, or in 2024, it did this. I don't know if we had like a it's always open this Friday before. I think that would be good to have on the website, because I think people are trying to schedule like school events. And splash pads are a big attractor to those, especially like a War Memorial where there's a big one. So maybe just think about that. And if you can't do it, I mean, no big deal. But
You mean like put a pop-up on the website? Just
maybe a pop-up, or just like if it's on the website of when they're typically open, because people are trying to plan like in April or and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I got on the wrong place, and that happens frequently. But like what I saw was it said like opening 2025 on X, Y, and Z date was the last one that I saw. And if we had like, it's all, these all like the bathrooms, like I think it says on the website somewhere, like the bathrooms are always open, from this, 2 weeks or whatever. I think that'd be a good way to do it for the splash pads too. And the other, let's see, I think that's the only questions I have right now. Anybody else have any additional questions?
And the times are posted online?
Times, that'd be great too. Yeah. Okay. They're now. Okay.
That's on the website, and I'll be sure the next post has it on social media.
We do have a plan to do a little special post about splash pads coming up. But we don't open any, typically all of our water features don't open until Memorial Day because we're really waiting for the kids to get out of school. And also we're trying to limit our exposure as much as possible, even though they're great features. They just, all of them do cost money and require a lot of maintenance and upkeep. As well as we take the time through the winter to replace and repair a lot of things. And then we don't turn them back on until the beginning of May to make sure they're fully functional and everything's made it through the winter because we don't want them to freeze. They do have, these are water parts, but I think your point, Quentin, is taken. We can definitely put on there, Memorial Day to Labor Day is our time frame for these features. So thank you.
And I think this year was just an unusually hot, we had those unusually hot early days and people started thinking about water more than they usually do. So I think that's probably part of it.
I was
too.
actually in Riverfront just the other day and we turned on one of the features just for a second and it was all of a sudden it's like kids were coming out of the park and come down. I was like, turn it off, turn it off. Feel bad, but
Appetizer, huh? Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
I have one other clarity on that. We get this a lot is a lot of people will show up when we do turn them on. There's always a question mark about how they work or operate or how are they turned on. And so most people just think they should just be running all the time. These are flow through systems. So the water comes on and then it goes down the drain and goes out into the natural environment and they're all designed a little bit different. The point is that they don't recirculate and so they don't operate continuously. And so it's a saving water. If nobody's there, they turn off. So you have to find the activation switch, which is really it's very similar, or they are the type of buttons that you find at a crosswalk or a stoplight that you put your hand on and push and activate. And that's how these things come on. And then they run through a series of programs. So just a little additional information since we're getting into that subject. But
I remember another question I had. You talked about the Southwest Park. Is that right? Or did you say Southeast Park? It's about to open.
So
South side.
I said something about South Side and
Where is that?
South Side is a small neighborhood park at the end of the essentially the fairgrounds. If you off of Roosevelt, so it's down in that neighborhood. It's very close to Interstate Park, but it's kind of between Interstate Park and the fairgrounds, and it's a neighborhood park with a football field on it that is heavily utilized by the neighborhood. And they had a small neighborhood playground, and we're replacing that playground.
Is it like where you park for the Arkansas State Fair?
No, it's
Okay.
actually, you have to go
Somewhere
down in the neighborhood and I can send you, the location. We can pull up the interactive map, take a
Okay,
look at some point.
It's called Southside Park though?
Yes.
Okay.
There's also, people also call it South End.
South
Park.
Okay. Okay, any other questions?
Yeah, the Jim Daly, you said HVAC for the locker rooms and all that. Is that, I'm assuming, going to go on while the roof is getting repaired? Does that affect people being able to use the locker room or like is it more external? I don't know. Just
Yeah,
curious.
I understand your question. So the roof replacement is actually over the pool.
Right.
The locker rooms are under another roof. It's a flat roof. And so there's other HVAC units that are feeding those locker rooms. This system is my understanding, I'm not a specialist on HVAC, but has a lot to do with pulling the humidity out of the locker rooms and has had failures and a lot of issues. And then that makes the other systems struggle and
Gotcha.
all these things. And so I think it's what, Justin, you recall like $90,000. It was a major cost.
Gotcha.
And working with building services and our staff, we were able to find the funds to replace it. So it's just going to be a major improvement to the locker room environment.
But it's something that's already there. We're just
Yes,
basically upgrading or retrofitting
we're
what's there.
replacing
Okay.
it. Yeah. A lot of our systems, we take to the longest life cycle as we can get out of them
Right.
and limp them along. And that's what we've done with this. And we finally have been able to get the funds to replace it, which will be a great improvement to that as well. So,
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to highlight it. I mean, it's good to see the upgrades there.
Yeah.
Right. And some of this stuff isn't anything you think about, you know, and you just expect there to be HVAC. You don't go, oh, wow,
Right.
this is great HVAC today. You
It
know?
was great when I got a complaint the other day as an email from a user group. They said, God, we have this, what's going on in the locker room? It's, you know,
Right.
always humid or whatever. So we're working on it. We're going to get it
Right.
replaced, you know. But before that, in other years, it was always, what can we do to make that thing, you know, work a little bit better? But
Gotcha.
I mean, we have hundreds of these units across the city, so.
All the members should get an email to be thankful that their rates aren't going up next month to pay for that upgrade.
Good idea. I know. I understand.
Another question I had was the Southwest Trail, the bike trail. I saw that in the paper that Pulaski County maybe approved additional funds to extend it. Have you seen that? Or is that part of the plan? Is that not us? That's not Little Rock Park?
Yeah, so Southwest Trail is definitely part of the city of Little Rock, but it's the leader of it right now in this area. A lot of the highlights you see is the county judge and Pulaski County, and they're doing a lot of big trail projects outside of the city and the county. They've made some really great progress, and we've had some other meetings local, like around Central High and how that connects in, because that's the terminus location. But other than going through Fush and then going out 65th, I mean, there's a lot of parts in Little Rock, but the big focus you've seen, I'm assuming, is the county section of it.
Great. All right. Any additional questions? Thank you, Leland.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Graham. Appreciate both of you. Next, we'll go to the Parks Commission Subcommittee reports. We'll start with Parks Conservancy. That is Summer.
Okay, so they did not meet yesterday,
Hmm.
even though I showed up.
Oh, no. We'll
It's
send
okay.
we'll send them a bill. Can we send them a bill?
So the last month's meeting, they're doing a fundraiser with Hall High for Merriweather Park. You can make donations on their website. Also, they voted to decline the offer of land that's near Hydeman Park. And they are working really hard on the passport, which it's going to be so cool if they can do it all. We looked at they had a replica of what it would look like. It's really cool. They're discussing, you know, the money, the signage, emblem, installation, all that stuff. And I have a copy of the implementation, the plan that they have. So if y'all want to look at it, it's really cool.
Could we get a copy of that plan and like
Mhm.
forward it to all of us? Is that possible? Okay, so you could leave it with Mahogany and she could
Yeah.
scan it in and forward. That'd be awesome. Okay, thank you. And then what was the Hyman Park? Yeah, I guess I'm behind on that.
That was that land that somebody was going to donate to them, and they decided not to do it. Yeah, help me out here.
So there was a individual or a family that had 4 parcels near or adjacent to Heineman Park. They actually are residential lots that are part of the neighborhood between Heineman Park and Western Hills. The individual wanted to see if the city of Little Rock, the Parks Department, would be interested in accepting a donation. I proposed that to the Park Conservancy because they have that in their bylaws and opportunity to accept donated lands. They decided that it was not a perfect fit for the Parks Department. A couple of reasons is just we have thousands of acres of land out there and we're having challenges with budgets and maintaining and all kinds of other issues. And did we really need this? They looked at it from the light of that it doesn't fit within any improvements that could take advantage of those parcels and a lot of other things, which that's just a summation of their discussion. I will say, I was talking to the housing program director, Kevin Howard, and he has a interest in including it into, I believe it's the land bank, which that's not my side of things, but I believe they're figuring out another way to accept that land into city coffers to do other improvements with. So if that was an interest of this commission, we would need another report to see where that goes, but that's the more detail of that subject.
Anybody else have any comments?
If the goal is to take donations in the Park Conservancy to raise funds on behalf of Parks and Rec, why wouldn't they just receive it and then sell it?
That's a great question. That was definitely part of the conversation. I don't want to speak for them, but I'll just kind of summarize in general, is that it appears that these lots have been relatively like on the market for a long, long time. They're vacant. There were appraisals on them. I think the appraisals for each lot was like $1,500. And so, right. So, I mean, if you were thinking like maybe they were like $50,000 or something, and they're like, oh, well, wow, we can maybe get 200 grand out of that. But that was where my, that's why I took it to them, is to let them make that decision, that call. That was definitely a conversation, but at the end of the day, it was just like, are we going to accept these? And then will we be sitting on these properties? And then what do we do with these? And, you know, if there was a way to put more recreation or items that meet our mission and vision for the department out of that, which there is some to say it's nice to have more, you know, open space and nature and natural areas. But anyway, it's just, I went through that process and that's where it is.
Any additional questions? All right, hearing none, we'll go to, thanks, Summer. Appreciate all your help. And we'll make sure that you get on the right emails for the meetings. Marketing committee?
So that would be me. We have not met yet. We just firmed this up last month, so I will make it my priority. Sounds like I need to meet with Graham, but I do not recall if any commissioner was willing to get on this committee with me. If not, we're going to be a team of two. Okay, we'll address, that's fine. In unfinished, okay, we'll come back to it in unfinished business. So I got you. Thank you, Mahogany. Right now, I don't have any updates, but I will schedule a meeting and I'll report back out in June.
All right, great. And then master plan?
No updates. Yeah, that's where that one's at.
All right, and now we'll move on to presentations. Summer playground program.
How y'all doing? I'm Daryl Marble. I'm the Recreation Program Coordinator for the City of Little Rock. I'm here today to talk about our Summer Parks Program. We actually been formerly known as Summer Playground Program. We've been in existence for 107 years, it would be. I grew up in the program. I'm not going to tell my age, but I've been around a long time. We'll start on June 8th and run through July 23rd. It's a 7-week program. This year, we're going to run from 7:30 to 6. We do provide breakfast and lunch for our kids. We just ask the parents to bring a snack. And it's $100 per participant. We have 6 locations this year. In the past, we've had more, but we have to work with the school district, and whatever they give us, that's what we use. Because we know that they have challenges too, as they have to get work done to their schools. Okay.
That's $100 from June
That's
8th.
for the summer.
Oh, wow.
That's for the summer. And we get that asked a lot. You know, they like, hey, every week. No, that's for the summer. So you drop your kid off at 7:30. We don't have to see you until 6.
Does that get maxed out?
We max out.
Okay.
we max out. It's going pretty good now. Dunbar. Usually I open up at midnight, May 1st. By the time I make it in the morning, we may have 20 slots available. This year we did something a little different. We actually gave Little Rock School District 3rd graders who are going to be in their reading program, we gave them slots at each location. So those kids, when they come out of the reading program, they'll have a place to go, for the parents to have a place for them to go after 12 o'clock. So we did that to accommodate some of the parents who are going to have a struggle finding their kids somewhere to go during that time. What we offer, I mean, we offer various activities for the kids. We swim on Mondays, Tuesday. We usually go to the movies Wednesdays, Little Rock Zoo every year. We go skating, bowling, the Museum of Discovery, the regular museum, military museum. Also, they come out, they send staff every year who come to each one of my locations. They read to my kids. We have art for the kids, arts and crafts, just a lot of activities. we use the splash pads as well. We take our kids out there, so they're not limited to just staying at our locations. Some of our locations have vans, so they are able to get out, go visit the river market and different things like that. So we don't tie their hands. You know, we have bagel tournaments. We in the past we have had talent shows for our kids. We kind of scale back. You know, since the pandemic, we don't put them all in one location like we used to do. We kind of scale back on that. I think you have the numbers right here on our third page. These are what it looked like as of yesterday, which they've already changed when I logged in this morning. So we don't have that many slots available. When we max out this year, I think we'll have 830 slots this year. And that's not even including our other program that we have at Southwest, which they're already full at 150. So we'll probably max out with all our programs about 900 to 1,000 kids for the summer at a price of $100 per kid, which I think is great. From ages 6 to 15. Now, we do have one dedicated site for our teens, which do teen activities, and we try to keep them from 12 to 15. That way they're not with our other kids that are 6, you know, so it's a good program. Like I said, been going for about 107, 108 years, and we're just gonna keep going. Any questions for me?
Does anybody have any questions?
How do you guys decide what the activities are? I hear it sounds like a lot of fun, but I'm just curious, how do you plan that out?
What I do, usually when I'm allowed to go to different places, different conferences, I try to see what's
Okay.
new.
Yep.
What's offered, you know, at the different conference, what's going on now, best practices, what's going on far as other cities. Just like I forgot to mention, we have like our outdoor recreation specialist, he works with me. So when I went to Oklahoma before, I saw what they was learning how to do canoeing. So what we were doing, we're gonna buy these little plastic canoes, and when we go to War Memorial, he'll let us use a few lanes where we're going to teach the kids how to do canoeing. He also comes in, teach them camping. You know, he might go archery, just different things. We're trying different things, but we go other places to see what they're doing, and we try to implement those things in our program.
Okay, so if someone has an idea, we can call you and just.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm open.
Any additional questions? What do, if a location is full, it's full, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the parent needs to go to somewhere else.
Yeah, well, we're still governed by DHS and staffing, so we have to have a certain staff to kid ratio. So when we're full, you know, safety first for our kids. So you can't have too many, and, you know, so we watch that closely.
And how many years has it been $100? I feel like it was $100 at least 3 years ago too.
Yeah, probably about 5 years. Probably about 5 years. And actually we were only 65, and we went up to 100 because we was giving discounts if you had 2 kids. But when we found out that kids weren't staying in the same house, and we was still giving discount, so we said, we know how to fix that. We just gonna charge $100 per participant. That way, if you choose to put it down like you're staying in the same house, you're still gonna pay $100. We just tried, because what happened was I called a parent trying to find, kid gets sick, and then it's like, oh, well, they don't stay here, but they work together, and they was enrolling their kids like they still. So that cut out that discount that we used to give for 2 kids. So we just put it at $100 and just going from there.
No, that's great. I mean, I think it's a really good bargain. Is there any talks about raising it a little bit?
I think we should, but me and the director, we'll have a talk about that.
I understand. I mean, that's just such a great deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Any questions? All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And that's something that I would just like to say we're really proud of, and really appreciate all your hard work. So. Yeah. Thank you, Daryl.
Good afternoon.
Good
Of
afternoon.
course, I'm not Mike Simmons. I'm Shawanda Craig. I'm the Deputy Director of Recreation Services. I'm just filling in his stead. And as Dara just mentioned, Mike Simmons works with him, and he does our outdoor recreation programming. And so if you'll go to the next slide. Okay, so in 2025, the outdoor recreation provided programs for all-day campsites. So he's in conjunction with Daryl, so he's developed other programming inside of our Park Summer Day Camp. So each site received at least 2 days of programming, and several received 3. He's very popular. The kids always ask for him to come back, so that's why some of them get a third time. Over the course of the summer, the programs were, he provided programs for over 450 youth, and that those numbers are in conjunction with the Park Summer Day Camp. So along with the day camp sites, he went to Boyle Park, War Memorial, Alsop, and used those locations for some programming. Next slide. Outdoor recreation providing the following programs during the Park Summer Day Camp in 25, bike safety, archery, fishing, disc golf, and outdoor games. And Mike is, like I said, a fun guy, and he always talk about giving kids opportunities and experiences for fun memories. So those are some of the pictures from the archery, the bike safety, fishing, and the disc golf. Next. Outdoor recreation will provide the following programs for the 2026 Park Summer Day Camp: bike safety, archery and fishing, disc golf, outdoor games. New this year will be outdoor cooking and camping skills. In addition to providing the programs for the Summer Day Camp program, the outdoor recreation will be running a Trailblazers program, which was formerly the Junior Rangers program. And the Trailblazers will be a weekly youth recreation and environmental education program with 2 separate age groups, 10 through 12 and 13 through 15. The Trailblazers will be held in July, and the dates will be determined. Of course, Daryl's program ends July the 24th, so somewhere in July we'll announce here in soon the dates. Activities will include kayaking, cycling, outdoor skills, fishing, disc golf, arts and crafts, leadership training, archery. Is that on the title? Oh, archery, and then rock climbing, which will be new, and that was only for the ages the 13 to 15. So this is what we do in the summer. Mike likes, as he always like to say, outdoors and unplugged. So any questions?
How do people sign up for this? Through
They'll
what
be
site?
signing up online through our active system, and they can register through there.
What's the website?
Active.net. We can go to our Little Rock Parks website, and you can you'll find the information right there.
Who designed that Trailblazers logo?
None of that is, so to your first question, the registration isn't open yet because the program's still being finalized with
Right.
dates and everything. And then that logo isn't the official logo yet. We're still,
Oh, it looks pretty cool. I like it.
I think
Yeah.
it's the work of AI,
Oh, man. ChatGPT designed it.
most likely.
Or Copilot.
Oh, Copilot. Yeah, there you go.
Can I
Any-
just, oh, sorry, I wanted to add, Mike Simmons is amazing to work with. You should totally take advantage of any of his programs. He definitely kept a group of 10, 13 to 15-year-old girls engaged in an activity for orienteering. Honestly, do any program, send your kids his way. He's amazing.
Thank you, Simone. And Mike does have over 30 years of experience in outdoor recreation.
Any additional questions?
Is there a cap on the numbers for the trailblazing program or anticipated cap? I mean, is it similar to the summer day program where you can only have so many kids because of ratios, or is it a?
Well, yeah, it is a ratio. I think in the previous programming, it was about 25 kids.
That's why I thought it was a smaller.
It's a small, intimate
Yeah.
situation, yes.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much, Shawanda.
Okay,
We really
thank
appreciate
you.
it. All right. Now we're on to unfinished business and a letter request. Could somebody, Mahogany, could you refresh our memory on what that was? Was that me? I think I had something to do with it, but
It was a letter to the city clerk, regarding the
oh, yes,
applicants.
yes. Was I supposed to draft that this month?
Yes,
I
yes,
believe you
ma'am,
said
yeah.
you were. Yeah.
I think I did. I say I was. Oh, Lord.
However, at this time, you may not need to go forward with that, so.
Okay. Well, let's, Simone, do you know more about that?
I thought I was supposed to draft the letter, so
Okay,
you
that's
were
what I thought
okay.
too. Okay, thank you. Yeah,
Um,
there was one attorney who's supposed to draft it.
It was me,
They're
but
all the
I
same.
got additional information that we have since received applications. I don't want to
Yes.
speak out of turn. So we've received applications, which is half the battle. So we will look at that and do our thing and then send them on their way. And I think July, is that when we're looking at possibly? Yes, possibly early July board meeting for approval, possibly.
But we're
for-
gonna
but
talk
we've got
about
to-
that further down.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So we'll put the letter request, keep it as unfinished business in case we need to address it next month. Subcommittee assignments. This was that everybody needs to be on a subcommittee, and if we hadn't heard from you, then we all agreed that you would just be placed on a subcommittee. Is that what we came to the conclusion? All right. Is anybody opposed to that plan of us just assigning you to a subcommittee? All right. Well, we will, do we need to vote on that, or can we just do it?
You can just do it and then vote on who goes on what board.
Okay, so
subcommittee.
here's what we'll do. We'll have Mahogany, you just assign everyone on a subcommittee that's not on one. And we will put that up for to vote next week. Is that?
Second.
How about we just kind of go down the row and then we can do a motion and do it real time as opposed to having, that way it's more of a commission decision.
Yeah.
It's more commission-y.
Okay, I like that idea. Okay, so is there anybody not here today besides Sam? Okay, and Sam is on the Parks Conservancy Committee?
No, he got.
Parks
Oh, he got off,
Conservancy and master plan. Is
Master
he-
plan.
But did he get off Parks
Well,
Conservancy?
I'm not saying he got off the committee. I recall, if I read the minutes that summer, that he wanted to not be
It's
the
the
chair
chair.
of the committee. There we
Okay.
go, yeah.
Well, we'll leave Sam on as your committee in case you can't be there. Maybe Sam could come to the Conservancy meetings. So that's one down. And we'll do, Cannon, you're on master plan. So it's just, I guess Nolan and Amber.
Marketing.
Marketing, okay, Nolan's on marketing. Okay, and then Amber, what committee would you like to be on? We'll put you on the master plan committee then. So, okay, great. And so now we have committee assignments. Is there a motion to accept these committee assignments?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any opposed? All right, hearing none. Everybody is now assigned a subcommittee. Great. And now we'll move on to Parks Commission retreat review. Could somebody remind me what that was?
Okay, you wanted the minutes and then, so that you could review the minutes and then, if you wanted to discuss anything regarding that.
Great. Okay, so let's go ahead. We've approved the minutes. Let's go ahead and take that off then for unfinished business. All right. Any other? Oh, go ahead.
Did we confirm that we're just gonna try to do the January meeting in 27 for the retreat? If you're
Yes, I think
happy
we
with
talked about that.
If we're good
When
there,
you
then I'm
voted
good.
in the minutes,
Okay,
that's correct, right?
Yeah, that's what my understanding was.
Voted in the minutes
Okay,
and you
just making sure,
confirmed
yeah.
that, that's what we're shooting for next year.
perfect. Thank you.
All right. Now moving on to new business. We have the Parks Commission applications, status and vacancies.
Yes, so I have also sent out the applications. There have been 3 more applicants. So, including, with the approval of, Ryan Pruitt, that's 4 people. Once you have some time to review or you guys have reviewed it, then you have the option of voting them in. this meeting. And once you vote them in, per the city clerk, they wanted to wait until all of your selections were made before they brought it before the board of directors for approval. And so that's what Simone was stating. They're going to put it on the June agenda for commission appointments. The mayor will prefer to vote them all in at one time.
Okay, so has everybody had a chance to review the three individuals that filled out an applications?
So the three individuals
What else? Three.
are in addition to Ryan, so we have 4 applicants total.
That's correct. And we sent those applications out to you guys to review prior to the meeting.
I reviewed them. How many seats do we have open?
Currently at this time, 3.
3.
And then, you have 3 applications before you.
Because we already voted.
No, you already voted Ryan.
Yeah.
So
So we could
his
vote
is just,
2,
no, you have 3.
but we could only vote 2 in if Ryan's already been voted
Correct.
in. There's
No,
3
you-
seats.
Pardon me. You had 4 vacancies total. The commission has 11 seats available. So you're at 7 now. You voted Ryan, they made 8. And so then you have 3 more available and you have 3 more applications out there.
Thank you.
So if everybody's reviewed them, is there a motion to accept all 3?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, anyone opposed? Hearing none. Simone, did I do that correctly? Are we all good to go?
We'd like to say their names so that we know who.
Okay, that's fine. Let's go back. Let's amend the motion to add the 3 names who are, anybody have those in
I
front of
got
them?
you. So let's move that, we recommend Bill Beadle, if I'm saying that correctly, to the Parks and Rec Commission for consideration with the, Board of Directors, Sharon Bennett, along with, Rogers Yarnell, as well as, Ryan Pruitt.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Any opposed? All right, hearing none, the motion carries. And that's going to be submitted to the board for their final approval, right?
That's correct.
Great, thank you, thank you.
That will put us full.
Great.
So this will go on their June agenda, somewhere in their June agenda meeting. And then based on those appointments, possibly for their first meeting to be in July. Their first meeting should be in July. Okay.
Thank you.
Great. All right, next is the UAMS Little Rock Open attendance, and I think Cannon, you were handling that. We were trying to meet to go out there. Is that right? You remember that?
Yeah, we'd talked about a date.
If I could
Okay.
add something to that. I did speak with Chip regarding this, and he did state that the best time to attend would be the opening ceremony on Tuesday, May the 26th, at 6 p.m. There will be a sponsorship party during that time. The mayor is slated to attend and speak as well. And if you all want to attend, I can send the names of those who will be in attendance, and you all will be recognized if you have the time to attend.
Okay, so I think that's what we should do, unless anybody has any other ideas. So we'll count that as an official gathering, unofficial gathering of the Parks Commission at the Little Rock Open for Tuesday, May 26th.
Yes, do you want to vote on that real quick?
Yes, and do I hear a motion for that? And by that, I mean a motion. Does anybody want to make a motion? How about that?
Yeah, so, I move that we attend the UAMS Little Rock Open at Resident Tennis Center Tuesday, May 26th at 6 p.m. as an unofficial meeting of the commission.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, any opposed? All right, hearing none, the motion carries. And we'll all see everybody May 26th at 6 p.m. So it's going to be exciting. And then Mahogany, could you send out the dates? I mean, not the dates, more details, like where we should park and things like that? Okay, thank you. And then site visit, I think Samuel Ellis was going to handle that, and he's not here, so we'll keep that on the new business agenda for next time. All right. Does anybody have any agenda items they want to put on our next meeting? Any speakers they want to hear from?
If I could add to that too, by the time of our next meeting, the Little Rock Open will have completed and Chip is slated to come speak to give you guys an overview. You requested that last meeting.
Yes, perfect. That'd be great. Thank you so much. Great job, Mahogany. We'll have him speak next week. Any other agenda items? All right, the board liaison, I don't see any board members here. So we'll skip over that. And our next meeting will be Wednesday, June 10th, right here at noon. And
I just want to say Cappy did text me. She said she had some challenges at the restaurant with some, whatever it is, and she wasn't able to make it, and she apologized and wished she could be here.
all right.
If I could add also, I did receive an email from Sam during the meeting and he was unable to attend. He's under the weather.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to say before we adjourn? All right. Since it's past 1 o'clock, I don't think we have to have a motion to adjourn. So we are free to leave. Thanks everyone for coming. See you on May 26th, 6 o'clock.